Hello students, good morning. Today we will see about the respiratory system. For AHS and paramedical plus nursing students, the question may be asked as name the parts of respiratory system and describe the lungs in detail. So first we'll see the parts of respiratory system. So the respiratory system starts from the nasal cavity. This is nose. The nose has two parts of nasal cavity. So the respiratory system has nasal cavity. Then this part is known as larynx. Okay, this is known as laryngeal part or larynx. Then it will continuous down with trachea. Here what you are seeing with the horizontal cartilage is trachea. Then this trachea will divide into two principal bronchi. This bronchi will enters into right and left lung respectively. So the part starts from nasal cavity, then larynx, then trachea. Trachea is divided to two principal bronchi to enters into right and left lung respectively. So nasal cavity, larynx, trachea, two principal bronchi, a pair of lungs. These are all parts of the respiratory system. So this bifurcation of trachea is taking place at the level of T4. Now we will see the lungs in detail. In this picture, you can able to see the cut section of right and left lung, but on the right side it is given in blue color to show you the covering of the lung. The lungs will be covered by a layer that is known as pleura, which has two layers. Outermost layer, which is close to the rib cage, will be parietal layer. The innermost layer, which is close to the organ, will be visceral layer. Right? So in pleura we have two layers, parietal and visceral layer. This is membranous sac which is covering the lung. So in this side you can see the cut section of the lung plus the pleura. You can see in the pleura the outer layer and inner layer. In between these two layers the space is called as pleural cavity. So according to the area where this parietal pleura is present, the name is also differs. The part number 1, which is closing the apex of the lung, this is apical part of lung, that is known as cervical part of parietal pleura. So the part of parietal pleura which covers the costal side or costal surface is called as costal part of parietal pleura. Then the part which is closing or present parallel to the diaphragm or diaphragmatic surface of lung is known as diaphragmatic part of parietal pleura. Then the part which is present on mediastinal surface, this is the space what you are seeing between two lungs is known as mediastinal space. So the part of parietal pleura which is related to the mediastinal side of the lung is called as mediastinal part of parietal pleura. This is about parts of the parietal pleura. One is cervical part, two is costal part, three is diaphragmatic part, and fourth one is mediastinal part.